Forget the Cyclops for a second. Strip the Odyssey to the bone, and it's a survival manual wrapped in myth. By the end, you'll know three things. 1. What Bronze Age seafaring could realistically endure. 2. What the monsters are doing not as cute symbols, but as danger, memory, and moral tests. And 3. Why it mattered. Because in this world, getting it wrong didn't create a twist, it erased your return. Myth versus reality. The sea equals rules. First, reality. The Odyssey is obsessed with the sea because the sea was the great unchecked power. The poem we have is later composed for oral performance, typically dated to the 8th to 7th century BCE, but it carries older maritime fears inside it. Low tech, high risk. We don't have to guess what was on those routes. A late Bronze Age shipwreck like Uluburun is a literal receipt. Elite cargo, metal ingots, luxury goods, proof that ships carried wealth across the Mediterranean and that losing a voyage meant losing everything. Cargo, high value. Sea, no mercy. So when Homer makes storms feel like judgment, it's not random. A storm is the ancient version of the same truth. Nature decides. And once you are low on water, sleep, and certainty, every choice gets worse. Where's the safe harbor? Monsters equals tests. Second, reality. The monsters don't exist to decorate the journey. They function as tests of civilization, and the biggest one is xenia, meaning guest friendship, hospitality, the rule that separates humans from beasts under Zeus's protection. Odysseus walks into the Cyclops episode expecting the rules of hospitality to hold. They don't, and that's the point scholars note the Cyclops story is shaped around the hospitality theme. The monster is defined by refusing the human contract, so Odysseus adapts. He turns intelligence into survival. Xenia denied. New rule. Outthink. Then, the Sirens. Notice what tempts Odysseus, not romance, knowledge. Scholars have long read the Sirens scene as a temptation towards dangerous knowing, where Odysseus wins only by building a system around his own weaknesses. That's not a fantasy lesson, that's a human one. Desire needs constraints. And Scylla and Charybdis. Homer doesn't give you a heroic victory. He gives you a leader forced into a trade-off, no clean solution, only the least ruinous path. Cambridge scholarship points out how the poem constructs these dangers as parallel, unavoidable hazards in a narrow passage. That's the reality of seamanship and command. Sometimes your win is plain and simple survival. No safe route. So the monsters are doing two things at once. Real hazard logic, sea, rocks, ambush, and exhaustion, plus the ethical pressure, xenia, self-control, and leadership. Return equals identity. Third, reality. The Odyssey isn't powered by curiosity, it's powered by nostos, meaning the homecoming or return from a long journey, and the defense of the oikos, meaning the household. That's why hospitality matters so much. It's the social glue that keeps travel, trade, and survival possible. But Homer also knows the other side. Bia, meaning brute force, violence that breaks homes, breaks order. In a world shaped by war and raiding, the sea becomes a corridor for wealth and predation, exactly the kind of pressure cooker that makes monsters feel true even when they are a myth. Cargo, crew, home. This is the historian's point. The Odyssey is not a GPS record. It's a mythic machine built to preserve real experiences, risk, temptation, social rules, and the fragile hope that you can cross chaos and still be yourself. So, myth versus reality. The Odyssey doesn't need literal monsters to be true. Its truth is deeper. The sea was terrifying, humans were unpredictable, and survival demanded rules. Homer's final question still bites. Can you get home without losing what makes you human? Come back human.